All right, everybody, good evening and welcome to the Boise City Planning and Zoning Commission public hearing. A few things to start out with for tonight's proceedings. Oops, excuse me. Everyone from the public entering the hearing virtually has been automatically muted and cannot speak. As the item you're interested in comes up for discussion, you'll be called upon and unmuted. There is a chat function in Zoom. However, this is not part of the record and should only be used if technical difficulties arise. Our procedures for public hearings begins with a presentation from the planning team. Then we'll go to the applicant and then the representative of the Registered Neighborhood Association, followed by questions from the commission. After that, we proceed to public testimony, starting with those who are in person, then who signed up on the sign-up sheet in advance, and then anyone else who raises their hand virtually. If you're attending through your telephone, you can type in *9 to raise your hand. Each member of the public is allowed up to 3 minutes for testimony. We are strict with this time as it is limited in code. Finally, the applicant is allowed 5 minutes for rebuttal, after which the hearing will be closed and the commission will deliberate and render a decision. Mr. Chair, you have the floor.
Bear with me, please. Yeah.
Mr. Chair, I have it pulled up if you'd like to borrow my laptop.
Oh, it'll be just a second.
I have time class.
That's a really bad party trick.
I can't even bail you out with another joke. I'm out of jokes. So.
I got it. Here we go. Okay. Okay, we are citizen volunteers appointed by the mayor and approved by the city council. We make final decisions on conditional use permits, variances, and appeals, and recommendations to the city council on subdivisions, rezones, annexations, and code or comprehensive plan amendments. Any decision made tonight may be appealed to the city council, provided that the appeal is filed within 10 days of this hearing. In order to file an appeal, you must have given written or oral testimony at tonight's meeting. So that's why it's important to give your name and address when you testify tonight. We utilize the consent agenda. This means that if the applicant agrees with the staff report and there is no public opposition, the item will be placed on the consent agenda. All items that are placed on the consent agenda are approved with one motion without further public comment. For items not on the consent agenda, we will hold a full public hearing in the order just detailed a few minutes ago: staff, applicant, neighborhood association, and then the public testimony. Thank you for attending tonight. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Danley.
Here.
Moore. Here. Schaefer.
Here.
Mooney. Seha.
Here.
Torres.
Here.
Doan.
Here.
6 present, 1 absent.
Thank you very much. Okay, we're going to start with the creation of the consent agenda. Eligible is item number 1, SUB 25-9. Ohana Place subdivision located at 4722 West Holmes Street, a preliminary and final plat for a residential subdivision. Is the applicant in attendance? You are. And are you in agreement with the terms and conditions of the staff report? Okay, let the record reflect that the applicant is present and does agree with the terms and conditions of the staff report. Is there anybody in attendance or online? And I don't have my Zoom pulled up, Crystal, so that wishes to testify in opposition to item number 1.
Mr.
Nope.
Chair, there's no one online.
Okay, seeing none, go ahead and place item number 1 on the consent agenda. And being that item number 2 has opposition, we're only going to be seeing item number 1 for eligibility. So with that, I'd entertain a motion.
Mr. Chair,
Commissioner Moore.
I move that we approve the consent agenda as constructed.
Thank you, Commissioner Moore. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second by Commissioner Doan. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, will the clerk go ahead and please call the roll?
Danley.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Schaefer.
Yes.
Seha.
Yes.
Torres.
Yes.
Doan.
Yes.
All in favor. Motion carries.
Okay, it takes us to our one and only item number 2, CUP 25-2, talk commercial, CUP for heavy vehicle sales located at 1257 West Amity Road in Madison Lockbourne. Take it away. Welcome.
Turning on the microphone. Mr. Chair, members of the commission, the item before you is a conditional use permit for heavy vehicle sales, equipment, and leasing. The site is located on 3.26 acres in a light industrial with airport influence overlay zone. The site has historically contained industrial uses. A zoning certificate in 2024 was approved to establish the use of heavy vehicle repair and warehouse distribution. The purpose of the zoning certificate was to formally identify how the property is being used. The property has been used similarly during the past, but there is no current certificate of occupancy identifying the uses on this site. The city's recent code adoption now requires vehicle sales to be approved via a conditional use permit in the light industrial zoning district. The applicant is not proposing any new structures or additions, nor are they proposing any changes to the storage yard located in the rear. The site layout currently cannot comply with the required streetscape standards of the I-1 zone since there is a parcel of land between the subject property and the public right-of-way. As outlined in the project report, the proposed project complies with the use-specific standards. The property is located in Airport Influence Area C, and there was no objection to the proposed project from the Boise Airport. The conditional use permit aligns with the comprehensive plan, which encourages industrial zoning districts to be used for industrial uses and to protect the existing industrial areas from encroachment. Late correspondence was received. The correspondence was in opposition of the proposed use and cited concerns about cleanliness of the site and dust. The planning team recommends adding the condition of approval on your screen and was also in your late correspondence packet. In conclusion, the planning team recommends approval with the added condition of approval. I will stand for any questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Is the applicant present? You want to testify or you good? It's up to you. You don't have to, but this is your opportunity according to code.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, by the hour, you better get up here then. If you wouldn't mind, just state your name and address for the record, and
Yep.
then you've got more than enough time, I'm sure, but say whatever it is that you wish to say.
Yep, Adam Ryzak, I'm construction manager for Sunbelt Rentals. Needing my address too.
Yeah, I need some address. It could be the business local too.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be 1257 West Amity Road.
Perfect.
Here in Boise. So I agree with the proposed maintenance plan. I think the previous tenant neglected a lot of the maintenance of the yard, and there's a lot of ruts and a lot of mud and just a lot of neglect of that yard. And it's all been, prior to us moving in, it's all been properly graded and leveled out. And part of Sunbelt's maintenance plan is going to be to keep it in that condition and keep the grading and keep the mud from forming.
All right. If you're good, we're good.
Okay.
Okay,
you.
sounds good. I don't think there's anybody from the neighborhood association. I don't know, is this Cena? Is this not even Cena? I don't know.
Mr. Chair, there is no neighborhood association in this area.
Oh, it's out in the, all right. Out in no man's land. Okay, with that, I'd open up opportunities for the commission to ask any questions. Or not. Good. Everybody good? Okay. Rebuttal? No, I'm just kidding. You don't have to rebut anything. I think we're good. So with that, we can go ahead and close the public meeting. Did you have there? I have nobody signed up. And is the other gentleman, are you wanting to testify? Okay. So with that, there's nobody online, Crystal? Okay, well, now let's go ahead and close the public hearing. And the item is before the commission.
Mr. Chairman. I'll take a
Commissioner
stab at it.
Torres.
Sorry, Bob. I move that we approve CUP 25-2, a conditional use permit for a heavy vehicle and equipment sales at 1257 West Amity Road. With all the terms and conditions of the staff report, plus the terms in the late correspondence.
To be clear, so plus item number 7.
Plus item number
note
7.
number 7 that's in our report. Okay. Okay, I have a motion by Commissioner Torres to recommend approval of the CUP with the addition of item number 7 that was recommended by staff. Is there a second?
Second.
I have a second by Commissioner Doan. Is there any discussion? Commissioner
I'll just make a
Torres.
quick comment, Mr. Chairman. Since this property has been essentially what it's going to be for decades, and they're not really changing anything to it. I don't really see, I understand the concerns of the neighboring property. It seems like the applicant is willing to meet the requirements that we have suggested, and I don't really see a point in denying it if it's going to be the exact same thing that it's always been. So that's why I support approval of this motion.
Okay, very good. Any other discussion? Nope, nope, nope. Okay, will the clerk please call the roll?
Danley,
Aye.
Moore,
Yes.
Schaefer,
Yes.
Seha,
Yes.
Torres,
Yes.
Stone,
Yes.
all in favor, motion carries.
All right, that concludes this evening's hearing, and I barely earned my soup.
Oh, well done.